Hi there, it's Thursday and it is time for another live of my singles series. So it's Tanya. Welcome to my page, Botanically, Alchemy of Soothing Botanic Ingredients. And today we are going to be talking about a beautiful respiratory oil, or that's what it's known for best anyway. But there are a couple of other beautiful benefits from this essential oil as well. So for those of you that have just joined in, please go say hi in the comments. I know we're going to be quite a small audience today. I guess a lot of people are on vacation already. So you can always just share this video with the people who are on vacation if they do need this. Obviously, most people are still on social media, regardless of being away or not. So hopefully today is going to be a little bit informative on teaching you some of the other lesser known properties of the oil called eucalyptus. So eucalyptus, I can see Maria's just logged in. Hello, welcome. Also Zahira, welcome. So eucalyptus obviously is a tree that grows quite frequently or everywhere. Frequently is the wrong word. It grows everywhere in South Africa, right? But obviously it's a tree better known to grow in Australia. But definitely also throughout South Africa. If you think about it, before the world split into all its different continents, guess where we were attached to, right? So we've got similar sort of climates, so I think that's probably why it works so well, grows so well here as well. And the eucalyptus trees, I mean, the smell of those trees are just absolutely really amazing. So it's always been used for respiratory health. Welcome, I can just see Kelly is just logged in as well. Welcome to the live today. But let's look into some of the other aspects as well about this beautiful oil, because it's incredibly versatile in various other parts of your body to support. And I'm specifically referring here again to my ankle, because obviously I'm still nursing that ankle with the ligaments that are off and have been off for about 4.5 weeks now. Hopefully they're starting to grow back. It's definitely getting stronger daily. But eucalyptus is definitely one of the essential oils that is in my blend to support my ankle, and we're going to learn a little bit more on why I added it to my blend today. So eucalyptus has a very clean and refreshing aroma, okay, and that's probably why I'm so drawn to eucalyptus. I like clean, fresh smelling things. Being a microbiologist and cleanliness and things being not smelling rotten, basically. So eucalyptus for me is great because it also clears the air, and it just got that very nice and clean and fresh smell. It's also one of those essential oils that if you've ever joined a gym, it's typically one of those that they use in a sauna or a steam room often, because it's so incredibly soothing, not only to the senses, but obviously really soothing to your respiratory tract as well. There's a very good reason why they use eucalyptus in both a sauna and a steam room as well. All right, so let's dig into the chemical constituents a little bit. So we've got to have some science, otherwise it's not a botanically post, right? Always have to talk about the science of the essential oils. So eucalyptus is very high in eucalyptol, obviously, but it's also called 1.8 cineol. Now 1.8 cineol is actually a monoterpene ether. And what that means is that it's a chemical constituent which is aromatically very soothing to the emotions and promotes clear breathing, so feelings of clear airways, and topically always traditionally been known to be very good for surface cleansing and also to improve the appearance of skin, so even surface cleansing for the skin. All right, so there's quite a lot of benefits there for the ethers. So basically 1.8 cineol is also incredibly high in antioxidant support, and I think the best part about that is that it actually does promote a very healthy immune response. All right, inflammatory response. And that's probably why it works so well with muscular and joint discomfort as well. All right, so we all need a healthy inflammatory response, because that's basically what heals the body, right? As your body's own way to send the right molecules and the right blood type cells and everything to the site where there's damage so that it can heal. It's the chronic inflammation that becomes a problem over time that causes so many diseases. Oh, I can see Jerry's just logged in as well. Hello. She's saying she also loves eucalyptus. And she's saying she's happy my ankle is becoming stronger. Yes, so am I, because I'm getting quite annoyed now. Like after 4.5 weeks, it needs to grow back and be fixed now, man. I want to go hiking. Hello, Joel. Welcome to today's class about eucalyptus. So a healthy inflammatory response is something that we're all after. Therefore, having eucalyptus close by is always a good idea. So eucalyptol, one top tip that I could teach you from the science side, eucalyptol being very high constituents or very high percentage in eucalyptus essential oil is 1.8 cineol. And you'll know that 1.8 cineol is actually a chemical constituent that is found in several other essential oils as well. And therefore it blends really well with them as well, specifically when you're going to be putting it in a diffuser or when you need additional respiratory support. So hello Ruby, I can see you've just logged in. I've actually got quite a few people on here today, despite it being such a vacation festive spirit at the moment. I think everyone just wanted to get away so quickly. We've had no vacations, if you think about it, for the entire year. So I think a lot of people are heading out, getting ready for their annual break. So I'm very happy, very grateful that you guys joined me today. So if we start looking at the top properties of eucalyptus essential oil, then we're going to start looking at what it's been using for traditionally, specifically in World War I. Actually, let's look historically how amazing eucalyptus has actually been. In World War I, they actually used eucalyptus to control infection and influenza. I thought that was a really interesting fact. It's also got antiviral and antibacterial properties because of its high antioxidant support, and remember that supports the immune system, right? And also free radical damage, right? So it helps your body with the damage that is caused with all the toxins that we're putting onto our bodies on a daily basis. It also is an expectorant. I expected that, obviously, because it's so really good for respiratory health. Also insecticidal. And there's quite a lot of articles where they talk about dust mites specifically. So if you want to do like a mattress cleaner, for example, very nice trick is to use a little bit of baking soda. And then you just add some essential oils to that, and you sort of sprinkle it over your mattress or even a carpet and let it sit for a while. It's going to act as a deodorizer, but also as a dust mite deterrent. And then after about half an hour to an hour, you can just vacuum up that baking soda that you've now sprinkled onto the mattress or the carpet. And in that way, the essential oil is then also gone into the mattress or into the carpet, which is it's a really nice little tip, I think, for using it as an insecticidal. It's also really good disinfectant. So here we can start thinking about surface cleansers, and also really good analgesic. So I actually read a very interesting study about a day or two ago about the analgesic benefits of eucalyptus. So what does that mean? That's sort of supporting discomfort, right? So relieving discomfort. And specifically, this is now a mouse study. It's not a human study. But remember, mouses, they're used in experiments to sort of as proof of concept before they start going into human trials. And very interesting, the study. It's actually very well thought out, where they they had all the controls and the positives and the negatives, and inhalation and injection and the whole caboodle, but basically showing how beneficial eucalyptus is, not only for pain relieving or for supporting discomfort, but basically just inhaling it. So it sort of soothes the anxious feelings or the discomfort when there is pain associated with some type of condition, but the ability of you to not feel that discomfort actually increases with time the longer it is inhaled. So for example, having a diffuser around in your home the whole day with eucalyptus is going to be really beneficial, because not only is it going to support your mood, if there's discomfort being experienced, it's going to make you less observant to it, if I can put it that way. All right. So it's just really, really good and soothing. So definitely that's something I didn't know about eucalyptus. So if we look at the emotional balance part of eucalyptus, it means it basically goes from feeling congested or feeling discomfort to feeling stimulated and energized without being so perturbed or irritable about the situation, which I found quite interesting. All right, it's also really good for mental sluggishness. So again, another beautiful essential oil to put in your diffuser. And this is something I actually like to put eucalyptus in my shower in the mornings, probably simulating that steam room effect that you get from a gym, right? It's just, it opens up the airways, and it's a beautiful fragrance, and it feels like you're in a spa experience every single time you take a shower. But what I'm also really enjoying at the moment is putting it in a diffuser together with cedarwood, which is obviously really beneficial for the mosquitoes that are flying around. You can maybe pop in a drop of lemongrass, but what I find a really good fragrance or blend at the moment to invigorate, but also to have that very clean smell, is Siberian fir combined with the eucalyptus and some cedar wood in a diffuser. That's a really good combination. All right, so we talked a little bit about the dust mites. Oh, and of course, being a disinfectant, it's really good for DIY home cleaners. So when we're thinking about the free radical damage and the DNA damage that is happening in the body on a daily basis because of metabolic processes, it's the natural, that's how we process food, all the metabolic processes that happen in our body. But because of our higher toxic load, obviously our bodies do take quite a lot of damage and a lot of extra stress because there's not enough antioxidants to quench the reaction. So when we can support the body by decreasing toxic load, thinking about using DIY home cleaners, I like to make a vinegar and water surface cleanser, which is really good for surfaces. And I traditionally add a mixture of antibacterial property oils or antiviral oils or even antifungal oils. But eucalyptus is definitely one of those that can be added to that because of the disinfectant properties that this oil has. It also has a beautiful smell. So again, it's going to be uplifting the mood while you're cleaning your home. Also, because of traditionally, hello Luthia, welcome. Good to see you on today as well. Traditionally, because it was used against or supporting the immune system against viruses, so basically not preventing you from getting the virus, but because it's supporting your immune system has a better fighting chance against viruses and bacteria. That's why they used it in World War I, obviously. It's a really good essential oil to have around, specifically with regards to respiratory infections, because it supports the immune system in that way. So thinking here congestion-wise, when you've got a little bit of a tickle in the throat, usually diseases or where you start becoming ill a little bit with deeper airway problems, all of those conditions really benefit from diffusing eucalyptus because it is a decongestant and it keeps the airways open. It's also a really cooling oil, so you can use eucalyptus very nicely together with peppermint, for example, if you need to cool the body down, and you can just add a couple of drops to filtered water in a glass bottle and shake it really well and either spritz it down the spine to cool the body down or even apply some to the bottoms of your feet in a little bit of carrier oil. I like to sort of put it on the back of my neck as well, because when my neck is cold, it cools my body right down. So it's a really nice sort of spritzer for all of you that are on vacation in the really hot and humid areas. Definitely an essential oil that I would add to a water bottle just to help cool you down. Hello Renee, I see you've just logged in as well. Welcome. So here's one that I really want to talk about, and that's that discomfort, right? So it's incredibly good for sort of areas where you're feeling discomfort, especially when there's heat associated with the inflammatory response, because it can help it to cool down. So yes, we need the inflammation, the healthy inflammation, for the muscles or the fascia or the ligaments to start healing where they got hurt. But definitely there also needs to be the cooling as well. And that's why ice works so well, because it actually reduces inflammation. So there's not this continuous sort of antibody storm, if we can call it that, right? So it actually reduces the swelling, and it's really good. And for that reason, eucalyptus is actually in a very high concentration in the roller blend that I've made to support my ankle. And yes, it's 4.5 weeks. It still gets a little bit swollen. I keep on being told that I need to be more patient. This is normal, and then I need to remember that my leg would have actually been in a cast for 6 weeks, not even being able to see the swelling, right? So I've got to keep that in mind. But definitely the eucalyptus is making a very big difference in that cooling sensation, because I've got oils in there that heat up, but then you also need the cooling sensation afterwards. So eucalyptus is actually quite versatile. Now you know a little bit more, not just for congestion, when you're feeling a little bit of discomfort in your respiratory tract, right? So now you know you can clean your surfaces with it. You can use it as an insect repellent. Definitely a good thing when you're outside in the summer. And lots of mozzies around. Now you know, lots of good research talking about dust mites and eucalyptus and the beneficial support that eucalyptus can provide there. And also then a surface cleanser. So I had a really nice learning curve when I started teaching or digging a little bit more into eucalyptus itself, because it really appears to be an incredible essential oil. It's also really easy, by the way, to make a astringent tonic for your face. So in a toner format, for example, Really good for skin health. So if you do have a lot of eucalyptus trees around, I know the ones in my area always have a lot of little hochhaikis on them. I don't know if they're spiders or what they are. So just always be wary of that. Usually if you want to go and chop down a branch or some leaves, just let it sit in the shade for quite a while so that the insects have time to climb off. And then you can use those leaves and actually just boil it in a pot. So you don't have to go the full proper hydrolat way where you boil the leaves and you sort of you put like a lid on top with ice, and then put a glass beaker on the inside, sort of resting on something, so that all the condensate that forms then drips inside that glass sort of container. You can do it the proper way and make a hydrolat, but it's also quite nice if you just mush up the leaves like you would mush up mint leaves, for example, when you're doing a mojito, and just mush up the leaves and boil that in water for 10 minutes, because that's also going to sterilize everything quite nicely. And then the water that is then after that's boiled, when you filter out the leaves, it's going to be a really nice astringent with a really beautiful fragrance as well. Hello Shirley, I can see you've just joined as well. Welcome. And Lithia is saying she believes it helps with ticks and fleas with cats diluted in water. Any idea if this is true? I'll definitely go and investigate that. I do believe there's a lot of essential oils that are actually really good, specifically in insect repelling for animals and humans alike. And this is actually quite an interesting one, Lithia, because I know you're also fond of my favorite essential oil company. Eucalyptus is actually added to their environmental blend. So the one that's made for repelling insects, called Terra Shield. Eucalyptus is actually part of that blend, and Terra Shield, I know, is safe for cats and dogs. Because it comes pre-diluted. There's a lot of essential oil vets out there that actually use the Terra Shield a lot for their animals. So definitely, without having to go and do a lot of digging, I can probably tell you it will really do, or it will have a supportive benefit for animals in deterring those insects. Obviously, you're going to have to reapply a lot because these essential oils are metabolized really quickly. And this is something you need to be aware of, specifically for pets, because they are smaller bodies, right? So they need a lot less. Their livers, obviously, you don't want to put their livers in too much stress, because that's how the essential oils are processed through the body, whether you're a cat or a dog or a human. They actually get metabolized by the liver. So there are some essential oils that are safe for animals. Some of them are not, because they lack certain enzymes. But definitely eucalyptus is one of those that should be safe. Just always use very diluted. And if you are diffusing essential oils a lot like I do, and your animals are in the room with you, just err on the side of safety. Always just go and check the safety tables for pets. But as long as you leave a door and windows open and there's good ventilation and they're free to leave the room, animals are very intuitive. They're not going to lie around something where they're trapped, where they can't, where something is not good for them. So as long as they can leave the room, then you're definitely safe. Right, so hopefully there was a little bit extra information about eucalyptus in there that you didn't know before. So yeah, welcome to those that just joined. If you missed the entire start of this class today, no problem. Always remember you can catch the replay live by pressing the play button in the feed of my Botanicamy page, but you can also just go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you'll be alerted to when new videos are loaded there as well. Please feel free, obviously, to share this video with people that you think might benefit from using information about eucalyptus essential oil. Yes, and obviously I'm also en route to go on vacation. It's that time of the year. I think we all deserve a little bit of time off. So specifically next week or the week after, depending on my Wi-Fi and my internet situation, I might not be doing a live. I might only have a video to upload. If not, and the internet is really poor, then I will catch you guys all next year. But I'll definitely be posting something on my page just to keep you informed of what's going on. So thank you so much for joining me again once today, so that you could learn a little bit more about essential oils, to increase your repertoire of knowledge on how to use natural products safely to support your health on an ongoing basis. For those of you that I don't chat to again, please have a very merry festive season, and yes, that New Year's party is probably going to be a big one for most people, because I think we're all looking forward to 2021. So maybe I'll have to do a live on how to support a hangover in the new year. We'll see how it goes. But do stay safe wherever you're going. Drive safe. And I'll catch you all next year if I'm not able to connect with you all next week, Thursday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.